Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Surprise, surprise! Mr. Latin, who is also known as Bolaji Amuson, is popularly known as Mr. Latin. Well, this comes few weeks after the actor celebrated his 55th birthday and has taken to Instagram to flaunt the new gift and appreciated his wife. Well, you may wonder why the surprise is coming in now. I guess it's because of the clearing and forwarding process that involves this car's arrival, as his wife resides in Ireland. Mr. Latin expressed appreciation to his wife and prayed that God would meet her at the point of every of her need. The comic actor added that he's excited about his birthday gift, noting and stating that better late than never. He captioned the post and video and said, and I quote, "Thank you so much, my darling wife, IREKE Adekola, for this surprise. May God meet you at the point of your need. Love you so much, my darling wife. Thanks greatly for this wonderful surprise birthday gift. It's better late than never. I appreciate greatly, my darling IREKE Adekola." End quote. This was Mr. Latin, one of the Tampan Association Board of Trustees, appreciating his wife and accepting his gift days after his birthday. In this on social media, so many of his fans, followers, and colleagues reacted positively to the post and congratulated him, saying a very big happy birthday and a wonderful congratulations to him. The likes of Odunlade Adekola, Funke, Timoyima, Debola, to mention but a few, stormed the comment section to congratulate him, calling that Mr. Latin celebrated his birthday in October 15, 2021 when he clocked 55. Mr. Latin, who is known for his comic role in Yoruba movie, took to his Instagram page and to share photos of himself to mark his 55th birthday. The Yoruba comedian in the caption added and said, and I quote, "Thank you, Lord, for another year. Happy birthday to me," end quote. As we all expect, a lot of congratulatory messages poured into his comment section saying, "Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday, sir. Long life and prosperity." Mr. Latin is a Nigerian actor, a movie comedian, a producer, and he also has a foundation called Latin Foundation. He was born on October 16, 1996, and is a native of Bogon, Oshin State. Latin, who has spent over 3 decades in the Nollywood industry, said his initial dream was to become a footballer and not movie actor. He said in his words in an interview with The Punch, when he said, and I quote, "Perhaps if I didn't make it in the movie industry, I could regret not being a footballer. However, since I have been able to break through in acting, I have no regrets." He said this is because he gave up his dream of being a footballer and joined the theater arts team. And if he hadn't made it and be this successful and well known by the world, he would have actually regretted the fact that he spent so much years in the theater industry and achieved nothing for it. I mean, being a footballer right now is a lot of money, and forfeiting such career for a less paying career or less recognized career would have been a huge regret for him. That he hammered so much on the fact that he would have actually been a footballer if he wasn't an actor. Mr. Latin was asked if he was a very good footballer in his prime, and he said in his word that yes, he played football so much that he got so much injury from it, and that was the situation with him until 1998, when a friend of his, whose name is Idowu Ajayi, who is based in Ibadan, introduced him to acting. And the reason he did that was because Mr. Bolaji and some of his other friends find him very funny, and they proposed the acting scene to him. He said, he can never be an actor, not him, but he said whether it is football is best at or theater, they will know. This was how Mr. Ajayi was able to introduce him to a theater group, and he joined and started from there. He said on getting there, his first day at the theater group, he saw a lot of people and he saw the way they acted. To him, he was like, I can do better than any of these people. But then he stayed and watched and observed. Incidentally, there was a guy who was on set who is supposed to take a certain role, but he kept on making the mistake continuously. And as he cannot take it anymore, he volunteered and told the director, "Sir, I can do this better than him if you allow me to try this." Ordinarily, he would have actually given him the role and give it a trial. But another thing that made the director actually choose and agree to let him try was the courage with which he said this. And he put Mr. Latin on set, and that was how it started, and he was able to actually succeed and surpass the guy's act. I interest you to know that he got his name Mr. Latin due to the fact that he speaks little Latin at the early stage of his career and then interprets it in Yoruba. Most of the time when they are on set, it was under the tutelage of Akin Ogungbe, that's late Akin Ogungbe. He would speak Little French, speak Latin, and then interpret it. And out of the blue, they started calling him Mr. Latin from there. Latin is inspired by a lot of people, those that criticize him and those that love him at the same time. He said when people criticize him, he wants him to do better. His number one fan is his wife and criticizes every damn thing that she does. This is because his wife wants him to do better at what he does. In his word, and I quote, "I am inspired by a lot of people such as Adeboye Adekola, who is never pleased with my movies. My wife is my number one critic. She always points out my fault in movies, and it is because she wants me to grow. I admire them for that." Speaking of why his wife lives in Ireland, he said there's no big deal in that, and they speak about 10 times every day. They come home regularly and he visits them a lot. They plan together, they keep each other updated on their activities. He also calls her, reminds her that she should pick the kids from school, and calls her before she leaves for work. He said, and he mentioned that he can never ever be tempted to marry a second wife. He said in his words, and I quote, "I can never marry another wife. My wife is my mother, sister, friend, and confidant. She is very loyal and trustworthy person. I don't have any reason to marry another wife," end quote. This was Mr. Lasting explaining why he can never take another wife and the reason why he loves his wife and will stick to this one woman called IREKE Shola Amuson. It may also interest you to know that one of Mr. Latin's children was once in the movie theater and he had to stop him so that he can continue his education. He said, "I will support him in whatever he does. When I stopped him, he was much younger and naive and I didn't want stardom to destroy him. But now they are really not in Nigeria and they are in Ireland, staying there fully and permanently and schooling there." Calling his childhood, that is Mr. Latin, they said it comes from a very poor background. They used to feed from hand to mouth, but were very disciplined. While staying with his uncle taught him the importance of hard work. If he didn't do well in his studies, his uncle will flog him. And however, whenever he comes first in class, his uncle will take him to the shoe cobbler in his neighborhood and ask him to take a shoe that he wants. And he also mandates him to watch the news because he will always come home and ask him questions and current affairs. And as a result of this, he has kept abreast of all the news every day, and even till now, he still reads newspaper and watch the news on TV without failure. Latin had his elementary education in Army Children Primary School, Abeokuta, Ogun State, and attended Bogon Community High School, Bongo, Oshin State. He didn't continue his education as there was not enough money for them to send him to school to forfeit his own education for his brother to go, as his brother is more intelligent than he is. But today he's also a graduate and he has had so many courses over the years, and he studied peace and conflict resolution at National Open University. Well, fast forward to the most recent events in Mr. Latin's life. His wife just sent down a car all the way from Ireland, exhaust brand, saying a happy birthday to his wonderful husband. Well, we say happy belated birthday to Mr. Latin, long life and prosperity. Well, guys, there you have it. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comment in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye.